It's the 23rd of March. Winter is very slow going away this year. Below average temperatures for the most part, but at least it's sunny, so I'm going to give you a shot of the house here, the progress we made to date. So just walking across, you can see that the addition, we don't have any siding on yet, but there's going to be a combination of stone and the cedar that was originally there. It's going to match the neighborhood very nice and look very similar to the way it did before, in fact. You can see that the addition fits in very well to the streetscape. Hardly like it doesn't belong there at all. In fact, it looks like it should have always been there, even though we added 400 square feet to the house. I blocked off the front entrances because this is going to be a mucky mess until we get our new sidewalks and landscaping in. But as you can see here, we've got our new steps. A nice exposed aggregate finish. That was quite an ordeal getting that in because they had to tarp the front of the house and heat the whole thing while it cured. Once the weather is warm enough, acrylic sealer is going to go on that. Seal it in, keep it looking good, and keep it nice. I am going to go through the front just because I'm going to continue this shot. Step around my little barricade. Now the door is temporary. That's still the old door of the house, and it's been used repeatedly as we've modified the house as a temporary door. But once we have the door built, it's going to have this neat arched front. It's going to be either solid cherry or it may be painted red like that. That color actually complemented the house. It's going to be about 8 feet wide. So this door is really off to the side of where the door is going to be. Okay, in the entrance, first thing I'm going to show is our front entrance tile mosaic. Lorna and I did this. And yeah, we're proud of it. It took a lot of work. Lorna had these little bits of colored glass bling that went into it. The mosaic part is just the same tiles, and we purposely broke them up and put them in a random pattern like that. Now this is a new addition. Fireplace, another gas fireplace, it's the second one now, is done in the same stone as the other one in the family room, which I'll show you shortly. Big windows. It's got screen openings at the bottom. Let me let this picture clear a bit. The curtains we have, we didn't want to hide any of our nice woodwork. Sorry, you can't see it there. We didn't want to hide any of the nice woodwork, so we chose blinds instead of any curtains that would cover the frames. So these blinds are all of these blinds, in fact, go around here to see these other two windows. They're the kind that can go from sheer to any combination of sheer and solid, or they can go all the way up, like I have this one here you can see outside of the house there. It's a nice big room. Our intention is I want to get my office up here instead of out down in the basement. And so we want to build a portion of it for the office. Lorna wanted a little bit of a studio area to work on art and things like that. She does, so we might set up on an area rug there. And then some nice reading chairs of some sort. We may still put some bookshelves or something in here to complement the fireplace. Now back to the entrance again. So there's the front closet. You can see all the way through. The sunlight might be wreaking havoc with the picture here, but nevertheless you can see all the way through to our great room there. The core floor extended out here. If you recall from any of our previous shots, the house ended at this wall here, and that's where we had all this temporary stuff, and people had to visualize what we were adding to the house here. So here's the one hallway that extends to the main bathroom. And you see our Italian glass composite countertops in there. This room has a shower in it. This is the guest bedroom. We used a pocket door here simply because it is a slightly narrow room and we wanted to put a queen size bed in it. So we didn't want opening up against the bed, but the doors have this nice little bit of art glass on the top. And the woodwork, the baseboards, door and window trim, and the doors are all built out of solid alder. And our carpenter, Rob Heister, built all of them. So everything is custom made. Another one of those windows. This one is just, it can go solid blind or open, either from top or bottom. And that window goes right down to the floor. Now here's our dining room. And this table is a massive slab of cherry. And Rob did this kind of hand-scraped finish on it to make it look as this kind of hand-hewn rustic look. Really cool. It's got kind of trestle legs on it. That holds our suite of 8 chairs. But what we've done, and we have cabinets all the way around our dining room. So cabinets there, a bunch of our glassware and whatnot is in these backlit glass-fronted cabinets that pass through from the kitchen with that arch there. That's a lovely feature. It looks great. And what Rob built for us is these two little tables. So they act as a credenza in our hallway. Let me back up here again. So they act as a credenza in our hallway for regular, day-to-day. But they pull away from the wall, they clip together, and extend this table so we can fit up to 14 people at our dining room table. So it just comes out in the hall here to do that. Let me veer off to our master suite. So that's our hall closet. Again, all made with the solid alder wood. Our master bedroom. The windows all around and more of those blinds that go up and down and every which way. People thought before we moved furniture in, they thought the room looked awfully small, but it's actually much larger than our old master bedroom. That is a king-size bed. And we have this bathroom that's like 5 times the size of our old one. So a big walk-in shower there. Toilet has its own separate little room. The soaker tub. We didn't bother going jets and all that because we don't like the noise for one, and we've got a hot tub outside, so if we wanted bubbles, we can go out there. And we've used more of that Italian glass. It's like a bunch of broken bottles or whatever, ground into a terrazzo kind of finish. Works very nice. And all the cabinetry is in cherry. It'll tend to darken a little over time, but that's all good. Our closet. Here, our walk-in closet. Now we're not prone to closing the door, so it ends up open, but we do have a door we can close. And we have a door right out to our patio, which goes right out to the hot tub, which is good for us because it's just us. You use a hot tub, go out in the morning, have coffee, and sit in the hot tub, come straight into our bedroom. That door has built-in blinds, which would normally be closed. It's a nice sunny day like this. It looks great to see the closet all in sunlight. Okay, go back out. And the kitchen is really the main attraction, but I'll just veer off here. So this is kind of our great room. The funny angle there, it was actually a design compromise to get the room we needed here as well as in the bedroom. And the angle kind of made that work. Even adding on to the house, we're about 2,000 square feet on the main floor now. You're still running into limitations working with an existing plan. Rob also built our entertainment cabinet. He did the surface of this the same as our dining room table with that rough finish. The home theater equipment is actually in the cabinet, but mounted out of sight is a little infrared relay, so you don't have to actually see the devices to use the remote, so they're all behind there, out of sight. Another one is artworks that she's starting to collect. There's my chair, my lazy boy. Lay back in that and watch the TV. More windows, these all open out to the outside. Can't really, against the backlight of the outdoor daylight, you can't really see the curtains there, but they're kind of a Roman blind kind of curtain. Patio doors onto the deck. Our other fireplace. This was originally a masonry, regular wood fireplace that went down to the floor, and it was sitting in the middle of our old family room, which was really no wider than from the end of that fireplace to the edge of those doors. And the kitchen was in that little space just behind there. So that's all different now. We purposely raised the firebox up high. It's a gas fireplace now, but we raised up high so it could be seen over the island. Now the island, we've got these stools around it. And Lorna spent about 3 months deciding on the granite, or the countertop. This is actually a type of a quartz from Brazil, I think. But I don't know if the camera can really do it justice. It's quite dramatic looking. It's got little bits of green in it as well as the yellowish tones and whatnot. The fixtures are bronze. That's over 11 feet across the top of our island, so it's big enough to land aircraft on, just about. This window box seat was one of Lorna's design criteria, something she always wanted. It's one of the last things to get finished, but this week the upholsterer is supposed to arrive with the seat and back panels to go in there, so it'll be an upholstered seat in a fabric that's going to complement everything else we've done here. Previous videos we didn't have the backsplash tiles done. Backsplash. So there they are. Kind of a bit of a retro look, but they just looked really good to the house. We weren't interested in following a lot of the current trends with glass tiles and things like that. We like the look of that. You can see we have a pot filler above the stove. So you're filling a big pasta pot or whatever, you can fill it with water right here. You don't have to carry it from the sink. Just a few little touch-up details in the woodwork to do here, but for the most part it's done. A couple little bits and pieces like valances around those lights under the cabinets and things like that. So we have the double ovens. That has really been worthwhile. From the first time we moved back upstairs and turned on that oven, we were using both of them. So any big meals, it's really great to have too. The fridge, dishwasher's in there. It's a Miele, and there's no indicators on the front at all, just the panel. You've got some indicators in here and whatnot, but that's a bit problematic actually, because when it runs, it is so quiet you cannot hear it. And I don't know how many times I've opened it to put something in while it's in the middle of a cycle, because you can't even tell it's running. Little microwave there. We did this cool pantry thing. Tired of always losing stuff behind other things in deep cabinets. So we got this pantry thing that you fold it, bring it forward, and that exposes this shelf on this side, but also brings the other ones forward, and doors on the side. Really, for a cabinet that's about the size of a fridge, it holds a lot of stuff now. And this is the landing. One of the first parts to get done, because while we were living downstairs and the upstairs was under construction, one of the things we wanted to do was get the washer and dryer back running again. So the door frame and the cabinets were a little bit late, but nevertheless we had this done quite a while ago, so it's been seen in previous videos. It also has a pocket door on, so even though the laundry is not really loud, we can still close it off and keep a little noise out of here. We use lots of drawers, so even glassware, things like that is in drawers, easy to reach. Done things like slider for garbage and things like that, and since we have two sinks, we put garbage in both of them. We've got our little corner cabinets. One of our friends said that's where you had to keep your Toblerone because of the triangle shape, so we call them our Toblerone cabinets. The carburetors have these little air pressure switches, so they turn on right at the sink, which is kind of cool. We have soap dispensers. And the walls are still pretty bare, but that'll be a slow process to start collecting some artwork and whatnot. We're not really in a rush to indiscriminately put up stuff just to put on the walls, so we're going to take our time doing that. Considering how long the house took to do it, it's not too bothersome. That's another original artwork that we acquired recently. We were going to put it in that little center between those windows in the dining room, but it turned out a little bit too large for that space, but it looks great over here in the hall anyway. And that's it for now.